And the Adu Show starts right now. Welcome to the Adu Show. If you are watching or streaming this episode, thank you so much for tuning in. I have a great show for you guys. You guys, it's December, and I am so excited to end these next couple of episodes because 2020 has been such a really, really good and bad and great and rough year. So there's a lot that went on in 2020, and just because we're about to enter in 2021 doesn't mean that, it's going to get easier, but it's always going to get better as long as you stay positive, as long as your mind is on a positive thinking. You have a positive mentality, and I encourage everybody to stay safe during these trying times and make sure to tune into the Adu Show, because I only created the show just because of this pandemic, you guys. I really want to spread light and love to everybody and, what's happening in this world right now. So that's why I just changed the whole thing when it came to the show. And today I'm so excited to have one of my favorite guests on, because he doesn't know this, but I actually saw him play when he was like 13 in Baltimore, and he was playing with an artist named TREWAY. You guys probably know who this guest is. However, because I have to go to commercial break, I'm not going to tell you who the guest is. So find out after this break. Welcome back to the Adu Show. Now, my guest for today is a two-time Grammy Award-winning drummer. He is playing for BB Rexa and has played for Future and Meek Mills. Please welcome. He is the CEO of Under One Nation. I love that brand. Please welcome my man, Bernard TREWAY Lambert. What's up?
Gang, gang.
What's
up? Out here.
What's up? Thank you for real though. Thanks for coming on. Thank you for coming on, bro.
Come on.
How have you been since I've last seen you?
I've been great, man. Dropped 2 singles. Just staying out the way. You see me, I'm in my room chilling, in the crib. So, the pandemic and all of that stuff going on, we just staying low, just being productive. So I've been great though. I've been out the way.
You've been chilling. That's good. I know you just released a single called Home, which I really love, by the way. Yeah. And I bet a lot of people out there, your supporters, and people who will be tuning into this show, and everybody just worldwide, which I love because it's just out there, and you're not just gravitating to musicians, but just gravitating to an audience that is bigger than what you can even imagine. Talk about how that title and that whole concept of the song came about.
Home basically just talks about me. Me and the band just traveling, and being that I travel the world and I play for all these different artists, is nothing like coming back to the crib. So that's really what Home tapped into. It just tapped into that world of my feelings and my emotions on, it's cool to have these different friends that's this high caliber of artists that I'm playing for, and TV shows and all this stuff, but it's nothing like coming back to the crib. It's nothing like coming back home to the church, to my day ones, to the normal life.
Yes. And I actually, since you said that, normal life, not a lot of people want to have a normal life because of where they are at in in their careers. And I wanted to ask, sometimes, when you do come back home, when I was listening to a daytime television talk show host say that, she was scared about when she was younger that she wouldn't be booked to do a lot of shows, and she was done with this girl group, and she was scared to come back home. But when she came back home, she knew that it was okay and that it wasn't a failure. And that's one thing that I'm even still learning right now, is when I go into, what I want to do, I don't want to go into it and then find out maybe I don't want this to happen, but let's just say if that were to happen, where I would be like, man, I have nothing else to do with what I have as a platform, whatever that might be. Uh, do you ever get discouraged? Well, actually, let me just say this: do you know people or have had somebody that you know of that came back home and they weren't really uh, as encouraged?
Honestly, like I feel like everybody goes through that. I don't think it's like a specific person. Of course, you come back home not thinking that you've achieved as much as you wanted to. I think that's normal. That's just a normal feeling. Like that's like the humbling side of you, not thinking that you've done so much. But when I do come home, it's like my friends like, yo, you was just out for 7 months. And I'm like, man, but I ain't work on no music. And they like, but you just opened up for one of the world's greatest artists, or you've done this or done that. So I think when you come home, I think the whole purpose of home is you coming back to somewhere comfortable. Like it's not really somewhere where I feel like I need to come back home to prove a point. Like I'm not coming back home to be like, yo, look what I've done. Like I'll come back home to relax. I come back home to chill. I come back home to be with my loved ones. Like nothing more, nothing less. Like that's just what it is. Like
That's true. That's good. I like that. uh, Now, I wanted to talk about something you said the last time you were here. Uh, Explain to me, because I know your friends. They mean a lot to you, especially the now generation. Now, what does it consist of?
oh, all right. Well, the now generation is just me and my friends. Is of course it's like a movement. I started the band back in 2015, 2016, and it was just a place where like I was in a place where I wanted to do more than just have my brand. Like I had the clothing line, I had the radio show. Back then I had like the television network and all of that stuff. So like I was up, like I was traveling and doing all of that. But everybody would be like, yo, you could sing. Like, why don't you sing? And I'm like, man, I'm not no singer. Like I was like, if I do sing, I don't want nobody else playing drums for me. So it's like I'm gonna just do both. And with that, it was just me and my friends. I feel like people always talk about what was or what's about to happen, but nobody really focus on what's now. And what's now is this. Like we living in the now. So people don't really focus on that, on what's happening in the moment. So that's what the now generation is, just a collective of my friends that are the it, like the it thing right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we are what's now. Like we collide. Like we like the bridge that connects the past to the to the future. So we what's now. So that's what it is.
That's great. That's really great. I know that, like you said before, you were playing with a lot of artists, and I wanted to ask what was so significant about transitioning from artist to artist, because every artist has a different approach when it comes to music, and you've worked with people who are in different worlds, especially in of different
Yeah.
genres. And I wanted to ask, is it difficult? Of course, at times, you know, when you're transitioning from an artist to an artist, or do you feel like it's just something like a habit where it's just like, what, I know what to do and how to transition from, you know, playing for an artist for about a year or so, and now I'm going on to do an R&B or a pop gig after I just came back from doing like I don't know, a folk gig or whatever.
Well, honestly, like I don't really like change who I am to be with somebody else. Like, it's just music. Like I feel like I'm myself in any room that I walk into. Like if it's funk, if it's pop, if it's church, if it's R&B, if it's whatever, like I'm Trey. Like you're gonna get the same thing. Every artist that I play with, they're gonna say the same thing about me. Like there's no difference in my actions or my words or the way I move or anything. Like I'm myself. So I think that's why I have so much longevity, because I'm consistent. Like, like you're gonna get the same me. Like only thing that's changing is their music. You know what I'm saying? Like
What
my
ab- what
approach
ab-
is,
what about the way you play specifically?
oh, I mean that's a given. Like, R&B ain't the same as pop. So it's like of course the approaches are different as far as using triggers and using specific sounds and certain stuff you can't do in a gospel gig or R&B gig that you would think you could do in a pop gig. Is less is more, you know. So that's like the difference for sure. Like it's certain stuff that I be wanting to express that I can't, you know. Of course I say what I want to say on the drums, but to an extent, like I can't but only so much. So that's like really the only difference. And then like with hip hop, like most rappers don't really like live drums. So you really like pressing against something like a wall that you really like gotta be mindful of what they like too, because sometimes you can play something a cymbal and it could throw them off, or a different tone of a snare can throw a rapper off, or a hi-hat pattern has to be the exact same thing, because if it's not, then they're gonna throw them off too. So it's definitely like that's the difference, the music, like I said. But as far as myself, like I'm the same Treyway anywhere I go.
That's good. That's great. I love to hear that, man.
Yeah.
Before I let you go, because I know my time, this is just going to be a short episode, but I'm okay with that. So, I I know you had mentioned uh, earlier, about doing these home, the home, and uh, I wanted to say when we were filming back this summer and you had released role play, I didn't know if I thanked you for like actually going through everything that you did to be on that show that day, because you were in your car and then you were at home, and I was kind of scared for you to
Oh
get in a
yeah, I had
car
a
crash.
gig that day. That's when we was outside.
I
We was
was so
playing
I
outside.
was so I was a bit frightened because you were in a car. I was like, he's in the car driving, and now he's talking to me. I want him to hang up the phone because I was like, yo, oh my gosh! And then roleplay was about to come out the next day, and I was like, wow, this is really a great opportunity, just to talk to you, like, because I know you were doing a lot and doing a lot
Come
of
on,
these
dog. We out
promos.
here, bro. You
So
ain't even gotta do all that. Like
I
I
just
got
wanted
you.
to be a blessing. I was like, come on the show, bro. And I'm just so thankful that you said yes, and you were able to just like coordinate and do everything that you can. So I was like, yo, thank you, doc. And I'm here just to just give light on what people want to spread, which is hope, and not only hope but good music and love and good vibes. And that's what this show is all about too. I could even you know just you as an individual, but besides everything that you do as a career, but just how you talk and how you communicate, and you look young. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. Because when I saw you in person, I'm serious. You don't really look different, which is, I guess, is a good thing, because you always want to look young, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't old.
Basically. I'm just saying. I'm just like, when I saw you. I always drive not always, but I sometimes drive past this church, and Ty Tribbett was playing there, and it was in Baltimore back in 2013, 2012. No, it was 2013, because that's when that Greater Than album released. So it was 2013, and
Yeah.
no, it was 2014, because I was in. No, it was 2013. 2013, I was in fourth grade. Yes. So yeah, it was really a cool experience, and uh, I will say, before I let you go, that you know as you do, and write songs with the now generation, but also create and you know just be you in the best version, and of course more to the best of your abilities. What did you have you ever thought about doing a record?
No. I mean, I never. That was never on my mind. Only reason why I did an album was because uh, my uncle Harold Lilly. He told me that I had to tell my story, and I didn't know how. At the time, my mom wanted me to write a book, and I wasn't really trying to write no book because I'm not like no big reader when it comes to like. Of course, I read. Like I read all the time, but that wasn't something that I really felt like I wanted to do, and I knew that my voice is, my people listen to me, so that's the real reason why I did the album, because it's telling my story. and well, not just my story, but the whole band. But being that I'm the voice really speaking on it, just telling my story. So that's really why I did the album. Like I wanted the world to hear my voice. Like I wanted people to relate to what I'm going through, and not just the average drummer that plays for artists and all of this stuff. Like I'm a church kid that's different, like, and I walk in my truth. I'm not the regular PK that's scared to tell the truth about themselves from the beginning. Like I never switched up. So if you know me, you know that I've been myself since the beginning. Like I never came out like, yeah, I'm this Christian and I don't do this and I don't do that. And not to say I'm out here wilding, but like I'm not faking. Like I said, like you're gonna get me regardless. You're gonna get me at church the same way you're gonna get me at a gig. Like my mom respect what I do, my parents respect what I do, my family respect what I do because I'm honest and that's just what it is. Like I never had to sugarcoat nothing, and I think that's the problem with our generation. Like we try so hard to be something that we not. That when you walk in your truth is when you really shine the brightest. So yeah,
I love it. I love it. You sound just like me.
You funny, bro.
Look, man, I'm tired. I'm tired, y'all. If y'all know what I've been through for this whole day. I'm just like, yep. But yo, my time's up. Thanks for coming on the show. I really do appreciate you.
Right
for real,
now.
though. I really.
Make sure y'all cop Home. Make sure y'all copy the new single Home. Make sure y'all cop Role Play, and make sure y'all cop my Only One hats that I'm dropping in 2 weeks.
This guy has dope merch.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. This guy has dope merch, but like he said, you guys go get the album Home, which is available right now on all streaming platforms. And if you haven't,
the single.
That single. Yeah, that's right. See, I'm thinking all about big records now. See how tired I am. Yeah, go get the single Home right now, which is available right now on all streaming platforms. And Roleplay, make sure to cop that single. It's out right now. And make sure to get his merch. He can't see it, but I'm pointing to the television. On the one, he has like every single hat, sweatshirts. It's everywhere. He has it. You can, you can go. I'm gonna put his social media platforms and the links below. And you guys just make sure to check out TREWAY. And thanks for being on the show again. My time is up. We'll be right back, folks. That's all the time that I have for today. If you would like to view clips from today's show, just head on over to Adu's YouTube channel for more exclusive content. That's me. Also, if you want to stream full episodes, head on over to Castbox.fm or Anchor.fm. Both are available for download on the Google Play Store and App Store. And finally, make sure to tune into the Adu Show only on YouTube.com. Stay cool, live life.